Two girls and a mic. That should not be allowed to have a mic. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. It's episode 2. Thank you guys so much for all the love that you gave us on our first episode. And we're going to address the elephant in the room. And it's someone's birthday tomorrow. It's your birthday.
It is my birthday. I'm turning the big 25, if you guys couldn't tell by my little get up. And this episode is going to be about just what turning 25 feels like, how birthdays are. If you guys know, 25 means your frontal lobe is
Fully developed. And I think I want to talk a little bit about the fact being how excited I am for Amy's birthday. We talked a little bit about it in the first episode, but it's such a big deal for me personally to be able to celebrate her birthday with her. To me, birthdays have been kind of like, because my birthday's on Christmas, guys. So my birthday has always been a little bit like, I have to celebrate it with family. I'm not really able to like celebrate it with friends because everyone has their own Christmas traditions at the same time as me. But being able to celebrate this monumental birthday with Amy feels so good. I'm so happy that I have her in my life and able to do this with her. And with that being said, I wanted to give you something for your birthday.
Right now?
Right now.
Oh my god. Okay.
BRB.
Stop. Not the raw reaction. Stop. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, guys.
Can you guys see that?
If you guys didn't know, pink is my favorite color.
If there's one color that I could do to describe Amy, it would be the color pink. So for her birthday, I got her everything pink, things that I really felt like represented her. So I want her to do a little unboxing for you guys. This is like a good intro to get us ready for the birthday.
So we got some Lindor. If you guys didn't know, these are my favorite chocolates. Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us. Because I know you're watching. So sponsor us.
We got the...
Isn't that crazy that it says that?
She got me a candle. It says, your best friend be like, you're doing great, babe.
Yeah, and like I always say that to Amy, like you're doing great. So that's that.
Is this perfume?
Yeah.
This is like the candle brand now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
So they came out with the perfume version. Cute.
If you guys don't know me, I don't really have a lot of perfumes.
Yeah,
but the ones I do, I be wearing all the time.
I just saw this and it made me think of you.
Yeah, I need more anyways.
Yeah, I got her some cute hand towels.
I don't know if you knew, but I love hand towels too.
You did?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that about you.
Stop.
And then it was okay. Quick story. So Amy is Catholic. And
y'all are gonna hate.
no one should hate because we are accepting of everyone. And I'm obviously just Christian, non-like denominational. I don't really have a specific one, but her and her girlfriend came over to my apartment, and her girlfriend was just laughing about how like I don't really have a lot of like Christian quotes around my like apartment. Sue me if you want, but if you turn around, because me and my husband were talking about it. I actually do. I have something that says walk by faith. But anyway, so I thought it'd be kind of like nice, and I thought about her to get her something extra to add to her because she has a lot of stuff around her apartment. Super pretty. I love it all, but that will add something
Thank
extra.
you. I love it.
With that being said, this is just the intro to start us off, to get us in the birthday spirit as we talk about what does it mean to turn 25. So be right back. Okay, now we're back. We got everything centered, everything ready to go to start off with this episode. So 25th birthday. As we talked about in the intro, it is her birthday that's all about wisdom, knowledge, frontal lobe is fully developed, great decisions should happen, right? We hope. We hope. But I really wanted to start off with what are you most excited about when it comes to turning 25?
I'm really excited. I don't know why, but like I feel like an adult. Should I have felt like an adult when I was
Well,
18?
now you can rent a car.
You can still rent a car without being 25
I know, but now
in some states.
yeah, but now you don't have to pay a fee.
Oh yeah. The
See?
young driver fee.
Yeah.
No, I'm really excited because one of the things that me and Becky have talked about that's been happening in my life recently is my intuition has been on point.
And what do you mean by on point?
I feel like I can trust myself a little bit more in the decisions I make. Also, like as women, I don't know about everyone, but as women, we always know. Like we always know. We know before we even
And
ask
that's
the
at
question.
any age. I feel like even like a little girl starts having the intuition. And could that be something given to us by the universe? Because the universe knows that men are a piece of shit. And that's why they have to give us intuition when we're so little. But I do agree with you. I think that we always have this gut feeling. But however, when you turn 25, maybe you feel more adulty. So you feel more confident in the fact
Yeah.
being
I
that
do feel really, really confident in like decisions, and Becky knows like I don't feel like I need validation as much anymore. Um, for like other like I don't seek it as much anymore. Could be the therapy, but I definitely feel like I
it's
don't
probably
seek,
90%
especially
therapy.
Becky's validation. Like sometimes I'd be like, hey, like so this and this and this. I used to be. So this and this and this happened. What do you think? And she'd be like, yeah, you're right. I'd be like, yeah, I am right.
No, I mean, there was a situation that happened with something really personal inside Amy's life. And when the situation was happening, Amy felt uncomfortable. It was an uncomfortable feeling that she could not get rid of. Everything she do kept resulting back into this situation.
Mm.
Every moment she was thinking about something is off, a missing piece of the puzzle is missing, and I felt it, she felt it, our friends felt it, everyone felt it.
Mhm.
But I think it had to do with the fact being, kill me if you want, that she felt more confident within her decisions because she is older, she is wiser, she has experience underneath her belt. So I think that when it came to that situationship, perhaps you knew something was going wrong because you trusted your intuition, you trusted who you were.
Mhm.
And I think even after this situation happened and this person were trying to convince you that that was the end of the story, you knew.
That it was not the end of the story.
And guess what, guys? Were you right?
I was
She was right.
right.
She was so right. And it's something to where I love that about her, but it's a little disappointing at the same time when you figure out that your intuition is right and that people want to pay you for stupid. That's one thing I don't play around with. Is you're not going to I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. If I feel something in my heart and my soul, it's because the universe is telling me that something's wrong here.
Mhm.
So, when it comes to being
And
25, I
even
think
when you like make those decisions, like when you find out that you're right, like a part of me is like, oh my gosh, like I knew it, I knew it. But Becky's right. It is a little bit disappointing or like sad to feel that you were right about something, especially if it hurts you.
yeah, or a situation where you didn't actually want to be right. I
Yeah.
think we all have experienced that, right? Girly pops, we've all experienced something where we really did not want to be right. Like, I can't tell you guys the amount of times that's happened to me where something has happened with a friend or in your relationship or even with work or something, and you're like, oh, I really hope this isn't right. I really hope that this isn't what it's gonna out to be. But Mel Robin, shout out Mel Robin, on her podcast, she talked about how we can kind of manifest bad energy though.
I've heard that too. And it scares me because like sometimes I'd be thinking thoughts and I'm like, wait, don't think that.
No, but how can you not?
Yeah.
How can you not? Especially as someone who has such bad anxiety, like how can I not think of a really bad idea and maybe perhaps for me, turning being 26, experiencing that first year of really good wisdom underneath my belt, that's something maybe I need to work on being 26 is that I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm the type of person who I'm a control freak. Every aspect of my life has to be controlled. Every aspect has to be a purpose, a reason, a who, why, when, what, how. So for me, it's just kind of like really hard to grasp the idea that maybe I just need to let go.
Yeah. What was your 25 like?
So when I woke up on my birthday, it was December 25th of 2023, actually. So yeah, because I turned,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
because that's the problem with having your birthday at the end of a year is that, like, technically speaking, like everyone's like, how's that? But it makes sense when you
yeah.
think about it. And at that point, I was engaged. I was like a week engaged. It was just like a regular birthday for me. I went celebrated my birthday with my family, and I remember my. This is gonna sound so corny. My birthday wish was to make a friend. It was my birthday wish. That's what I really wanted, was to hopefully in the new year make a friend. And I'm getting choked up because it was all I really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was convinced I had the guy, I had the family, now where's the friend? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very emotional birthday for me, going to my 25th year, feeling more alone than ever. Then, as we talked about in the first episode, 2 months later, into my 25th year, me and my now husband had a separation. The separation was hard. It was 3 months of us separated, kind of living in the same apartment because we had a two-bedroom, but living apart in our own rooms. And it was hard. So, guess what I did? I said, you know what? Wake up, go on a Bumble BFF date. Bumble BFF.
Sponsor us.
I'm telling you, this story could make headlines, babe. So then I go on Bumble BFF. I make my first friend named A. We hang out at the farmer's market. It was great. It was fantastic. And she really opened the doors for me to keep going and finding more friends. Second time, I meet Amy on Bumble BFF. We talked for maybe 3 days, and I was getting like my wisdom teeth taken out the day before. We were supposed to hang out, so I couldn't hang out with her the day after because if you know, you know. And I go there, we meet, because she ends up coming out with us very spontaneously, which we will be talking about in a little bit. But very spontaneously, we hang out, and the rest is kind of history. And the rest of that year of 25th was kind of like a high. 3 months later, me and my husband got back together. 3 months after that, we got re engaged. And a month later, we got married.
Yeah.
It happened very quickly. The last 6 months of 2024 were very quick for me. It was like one thing after the another. And I felt like I never really had to take a breath for a second, which for me was a good thing until now.
Yeah, what does 26 feel like now?
26 feels very boring. It feels like nothing's really going on. I mean,
Well, you
people.
had such a high that last year.
No, literally, I had such a high. I felt like I had so many things going for me. And now I look at 26 and I'm like, what is there to look forward to? I have a job I love. I have friends I love. I have a husband who adores me and I adore him. I have like a beautiful place to live, which we are in right now. And now I think to myself, what is there more to look forward to? You know? And I think going on to you, I I think I kind of appreciate like the fact being that you're going into your 25th year with such a high in your 24th year,
Hmm.
which I want you to bring up.
Yeah, so like my 24th year from last year, if you guys watched our first episode, you know
Wish you
that
have.
you guys know that I moved here from Michigan.
Mhm.
I was engaged as well, which is why me and Becky are where we are right now.
Mhm.
I was engaged as well, got broken up with, moved my from my hometown to a new state, and if you watched our first episode,
Wish you did.
you know that it was a very chaotic summer. I was all over the place. I was just thriving on the new environment, the city life.
which a characteristic of Amy that I love. One of the main reason why I'm so drawn to Amy and her energy is that she is not a control freak like me at all on any aspect. She lets go of the flow. She's very much like, okay, very spontaneous. Has to slow down
A little bit.
a little
A little
bit.
bit. Well, Becky said spontaneous, but people used to call me impulsive.
Which tell the story on who called you impulsive and how did that happen?
I got called impulsive by none other than a man. But
That should be the that's it.
that's it. That's the
That's
whole
the end of her
story.
story. She got called impulsive by a man, which is so crazy because like men are the most impulsive human beings on the planet. If you watch Temptation Island, that should be enough. Grant on Temptation Island.
No, and I remember he called me that, and I was like, first of all, the situation we'll talk about probably in another episode, but the situation at hand was totally his fault. But whatever, it's okay.
It's fine.
I was like, I'm not impulsive, I'm spontaneous. And
Will
just like
that be our word of the episode?
yeah, our word of the episode
Episode
is
is
spontaneous.
spontaneous.
Anyone who calls you impulsive,
Spontaneous.
that's what you are, babe. And no, and that year was a high. Like just as much as it was a high for Becky, it was for me. I met new friends. I did things alone. That was the year that I promised myself I would learn how to be alone. So I was celibate for the summer. I did things alone. I went to the park. I would read, cry at the park, but nobody knows that you're crying while you're reading a book.
Exactly.
I went out on little
Mind your
cafe
business.
dates. Yeah. I went out on little cafe dates and stuff, and it was just a great time. And I met my girlfriend in the summer, and I started dating again.
Thanks to Bumble BFF, but Bumble Date is how she obviously, but
Yeah,
Bumble Date
sponsor us.
sponsor us.
So then like I have slowed down, but I think it's just from work, finally
Seasonal
settling
depression.
down, seasonal depression. Finally feeling like I'm settling down in this little home that I've made in SDL. It's kind of sad, but also very happy at the same time that I'm creating a home here. It's only sad because I am like so used to the traditions that my family created for me, especially on my birthday.
Which is what? What traditions?
So my parents like always wake us up, which I'm pretty sure I'll get a phone call tomorrow at midnight. But our parents used to always wake us up at midnight with a cake. And for anyone that knows, I share a birthday with my sister. No, we are not twins. We were born 3 years apart. But I share a birthday with my sister. Shout out to her. And they would always wake us up at midnight and make us blow candles and with a cake, and then we'd all go right back to sleep. And then we would wake up if it was like during the weekday when we all worked. We would wake up super early and go to IHOP before work, and we'd like. I remember one year. This is my favorite birthdays because we went to eat, and my dad was like, "How much should I tip the waitress?" And we were like, "Let her choose a number 1 through 10." And that was how much my dad was gonna leave for a tip, like, but like times 10.
Yeah.
So
I would hope so.
yeah, no, times 10. So when I remember I was so excited because me and my sister were gonna ask her, and so we asked her, and she was like, "Oh, like what's going on?" And she's like,
How old were you for that birthday?
I was pretty old, maybe 18,
Oh, okay.
because I still lived with them at the time.
Okay.
And I remember she said 7, and my dad actually left $70. And if anyone knows my dad, he's a little bit stubborn and a little bit like with his money, like gordo, like he don't want to give it. But
Yeah.
I was really happy that he did, and it was like so exciting because it was fun to be able to like do that to someone.
Well, and then plus it was a nice. I felt like you were kind of giving something to other people for their birthday.
Yeah.
For
On
your
my birthday, I was like sharing it with other people.
sharing the wealth.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I love
And then
that.
anything else?
Um,
Your friends in Michigan?
Me and my friends, we always like. I always plan my birthday, and so we always would like hang out, go out for dinner.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Amy is so used to like doing themes for her birthdays. She likes you said that, yeah, you like to do themes and like things that for us to dress up.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bittersweet, but when I asked Amy, okay, so like what are we doing for your birthday this year? And she's kind of like, no, nothing really. And then plus this is like the first birthday that she has a girlfriend. So I kind of don't want to overstep. Because like tomorrow, like I would love to like do something for your birthday.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like I think it's really important when you're like the friend to like allow that first birthday between the pareja and Amy to be like special, to
Mhm.
like have you guys have like your day. But I asked her for Friday, like, what are the plans? What do you want to do? Are we dressing up? This and that. But first off, economy, money's down bad. Second of all, it's just I feel like
I
we
think
haven't been able to take a break. I know this is your birthday week, and I feel like you haven't even been able to even think about her birthday week.
yeah.
Like I literally convinced her to like do this for her birthday because I'm like, we need to like make it a big deal and like getting you the balloons and stuff. Like that was like my way of being like, okay, let's get into the spirit now. Like
Mhm.
it's your birthday, let's get into the spirit.
I
You
do
know?
think that we haven't been able to slow down at all. I think that as sad as it is, but like the way the world is, it kind of makes me feel like what is there to really celebrate?
Mm-hmm.
This might be a little bit like morbid, but it's like will I even have like another birthday to celebrate? Where will I be at my next birthday? So I feel like I am really thinking about the future, and Becky's very much like we're in the present, babe.
Well, I just can't think about the future because if I do, I will literally go stir crazy. Like for example, like it's gonna be my 27th birthday this year. If you guys know, 27 is kind of like I've heard so many like bad things about people turning 27. Like
Really?
no,
What have
like
you heard?
well, a lot of people commit on their 27th birthday. A lot of people, like
Really?
famous actors, guitar players. Yeah, like that guy from Nirvana, he did it on his 27th birthday. I will Amy will insert another famous person that has also done it too. But yeah, like a lot of people it's called like the 27th, which
Wow.
is so crazy. But it's just because a lot of people are like it's like a weird year to be in, but
Mhm.
I feel like even now it's a weird year to be in because yeah, she's so right. Like I just feel super not bored. Hopefully we can find a different words to describe it, but just like it's hard, guys, when you look at social media and you look at these people like celebrating their birthday in such exaggerated ways, and you see people going on these vacations to different countries or things like that, and you're just like a normal Sally, like you're just like a normal
Like
person, like
we barely pay the bills.
like we're trying to pay rent, babe. We're just trying to make sure our light bill stays on. And if you who are watching can take anything away from this episode, it's like yes, a birthday is a birthday and it should be celebrated and we should honor it. But at the same time, it's okay to have a chill, simple birthday. You don't need to go above and beyond. You don't need the balloons. You
I
don't need
think
all
that's
of
what I'm
that.
struggling with. I'm used to going above and beyond, throwing a party at my house,
Hmm.
drinking. Like I'm a big party planner, and I think this year I want to be more laid back. Like we're
Maybe
going
I
painting and
took
sipping. Like
maybe I took away your planning abilities because of my elopement party, and you planned all of that with me.
yeah,
So maybe you're like exhausted from
I'm
planning.
exhausted from planning, but
That was
no,
very tough.
we are going painting and
Sipping,
sipping,
yes.
which I'm really excited about with me and my girlfriends. But I do think that like just the world, the economy.
Well, and just because the fact being, guys, like let's be honest, like if you're in STL right now, the wind has been crazy, the weather has been crazy. We just went through some of the worst tornadoes ever. And unfortunately like 11 people passed away. If that's the current toll count, but if Amy finds
Yeah.
information, she'll insert it here. But it was a tough weekend for us. It was a lot of alarms, a lot of
Staying
um
up late.
staying up late. It was especially because we have cats, so if you know anything about cats, they can sense it in the air and they will hide, and it's very hard to get your cat out for safety.
Hmm.
So it was definitely a scary time for us, and we live inside an apartment building. We don't live inside a house, but thankfully we have a basement garage, so we were able to go down to the basement and wait there patiently. And the good thing is we have each other, so I feel
Hmm.
like it kind of release
Calm down. Yeah.
calmed us down a little bit, hopefully. Yeah, so it was just a stressful weekend. You went to Michigan the weekend beforehand. So
Hmm.
I feel like the party was took it out of her. So Michigan girls, I I have beef with you motherfuckers. I have beef. How is it possible that every single time that she goes to Michigan, she gets wasted? Here, we're like, okay, stir drink, it's getting us a little loose. Yeah. We're done. Literally, I feel like here we're like, we're like, that's enough.
Yeah.
I think that this weekend should be just have our partners take care of us and just go all out.
The first time me and Becky went out with our partners,
Oh my god,
we were wasted.
we were KO'd.
But I think it's because Becky's normally the mom of the group, and so she felt like my partner was taking care of me. So she's like, actually, I got to the club, and Becky was already gone, and I was like literally looking for her everywhere, and she was like running all over the place. And then I got wasted, and then we were both running all over.
Maybe the new 25 can be the new 21.
Well, I want to be more spontaneous this year too.
Yeah, because that's the main thing. Amy bringing into her 25th year, I guess, spontaneous.
One thing that I'm learning being 25 is my intuition, trusting myself, being more confident. One thing I'm taking into my 25th is still being spontaneous. Have I slowed down? Yes.
Are
But
we
I will
on the
pick it back up. We're on the coming up.
The sun is coming out a lot.
Yeah, I love it.
I love this. The sun came out a lot today. But that being said, I think that the main thing is that, right? Being more spontaneous, but the youthfulness that it comes with. Because I think that a lot in our earlier years, in our late years, we just want to like repress the earlier version of ourselves. We want to repress who we were when we were younger. However, I do want you guys to understand that the younger you lives within you and she should be celebrated. They, her, him should be celebrated. It shouldn't be something to where you feel like you can't truly be like yourself because you want to fall back into old habits. And because I'm older now, I can't do that anymore. Like, for example, there's a place or bar that we like to go to a lot called Molly's. And we're going to be honest with you guys. We're probably one of the oldest motherfuckers in that place.
I don't think.
I think we are. I think we are. Like, I think like the late 20s, they're there. They're present. But it's a lot of 21, 22, 23-year-olds.
Yeah, that's true.
And we're kind of like the older people in the group, and it's kind of like a little discouraging because I'm like seeing the fashion that they do compared to like us, and I'm like, okay, we stick out like a sore thumb. But at the same time, though, like that should be celebrated. Like the fact being that we're still going out there partying, living it up, but like without the throwing up on the side of the fucking road or passing out in the bathroom and someone has to grab your hair and like, yeah. I don't know. Do you miss it though? Do we not miss it? I don't know. I feel like, do I want to throw up in the middle of the street again? Probably not. I'll wake up with the worst headache of my existence. Recently, anything can give me a hang. Recently, anything can make me wake up with like a migraine.
After me and Becky went out for sangrias, I had one sangria, woke up with a headache. Went to bed with a headache, actually.
Yeah, guys, it was like torturous. But with that, just saying, it's because we're older. However, we still need to be us. Celebrate those good times. Go out to the club. Go out and get a couple of drinks if that's your scene. If it's not like your scene, going to like a dive bar.
Yeah.
Going to like a sports bar, like somewhere where they have like different games for you to play. For example, here in like STL, they used to have the Armory. Rest in peace, girlfriend. I miss you so goddamn much. Hopefully, you get that $7 million investment that you're looking for. And now they like shut down because they're like need more money to build on the second floor because there's a second floor there and they haven't built on it yet because I guess they need more money. But we miss them so much. We have been going a lot to the other location called Westport, which is pretty fun. Westport is cool. It's a little bit more
is the older people bar.
That is definitely the older people bar, which it's like, are we ready for an old people bar? But it's still fun. Yeah. It's still great. We went there one time. There was live music, which we had a lot of fun on. And we went there to go celebrate R's birthday, our dear friend R. Shout out to R. And it was a lot of fun. But that's what I mean. Like, just because you're older doesn't mean you can't enjoy the things you used to do when you were younger. And that part still lives within you. Like, Amy, is there a part of you from like your youth that you kind of feel like, okay, like this is an example of a time where maybe I felt like I liked the fact that I had that younger self of me? You know, like there was like a part of you that felt like, like younger me would have done this, but because I'm wiser now, I know that I could
I
do
do.
this.
No, I do because um I do feel that way a lot actually. A
Really?
lot. Now that like especially like in this past month and Becky knows this, like we had a situation happen where past me would have handled it very differently. For context, my crush before I met my girlfriend texted me after like not texting me for 4 months.
We thought that she moved.
We did think she moved, but anyways, she texted me and she said like where you at, which is the equivalent to a you up text in the
But
straight
not
people world.
even like where you at. Like she didn't spell it out, you guys. She did WYA.
Yeah, and I would have
Like you
been a
don't even
victim to
have
that.
you don't do you even have the decency to spell out the goddamn word?
Or even say like hey, like we haven't talked in a
Like,
while.
hey, happy Mardi Gras weekend. What are you up to?
Yeah, because we
No,
were
babe.
friends. We were
They
friends.
were just friends. Even though other parties can think other things, right?
Yeah, my girlfriend to this day does not believe that we never kissed.
They never even held hands.
We never went on a
I'm
date.
saying it very deeply into the mic, but it's because they never held any hands. Or even, how many times did you guys hug? You could probably count on one hand, babe. Right?
Yeah.
See? See, you guys, they barely even hugged. And you're telling me that she's randomly gonna text her and say WYA? Question mark? All lowercase?
Yeah, and
I digress.
past me would
To me crashing
have
out about it.
past me would have crashed out about it.
Yeah.
You're crashing out about
I
it, but
mean,
me now is not crashing out about it because I feel so
secure in your own relationship.
yeah, like I feel great. Like my girlfriend's amazing and like when she saw it, we were both like, what the
What the
heck's going
heck?
on? But
What the
like
heck?
we just moved on from it. And past me would have definitely let that get in my relationship. Past me would have texted back, would have tried opening that door again.
Well, let's be a little vulnerable. I mean, part of you, little tiny bit, because we know you're watching, Jay. Little tiny bit of her, the tiniest bit, felt like, okay, like, what does this all mean?
I did. At first I did.
She was like,
Because
what
old
does this
me
all
knocks
mean?
on the door all the time.
Yeah,
Old me knocks on the door.
we just never open it.
We just don't open it because we know it's not right.
Yeah,
We let her in sometimes,
right.
like when it needs to be opened.
Uh-huh.
But I also feel like she tries to come out and she wants to know why someone did something because she's very like well me because it's still in me and I'm still very kind to people and I still give second chances but she only sees the good in people
Hmm.
and so she wants to know why someone made a certain decision.
Well, why did they ghost you and like take advantage of your kindness?
Exactly, we don't know.
We don't know. Like, guys, to go into the situation a little bit, it was like her first real friend that she made in St.
Hmm.
Louis.
So she was my first friend that I made here and I was so amazing. She was also we'll talk about this more in another episode, but she was like my first lesbian friend, and it was at the time that I was like going through my sexuality and figuring out what I liked and exploring that. And I and she was from my hometown. We were from the same town.
Oh my god, it was
Yeah.
so creepy.
So it was really hard because I'm very big on signs. I'm very big on everything happens for a reason. And
Intuition.
yeah, and so I
The
felt like
universe is speaking to us. 444,
yeah,
111, 222.
777 is my number.
Yeah, mine says 444.
So I remember thinking like, well, all of this is adding up. Oh, our moms born a day apart.
Yeah,
All these signs that were being sent. I was like,
because there were signs, many
there were
signs.
so many signs.
She even had me kind of like second guessing because like this was like at the point, guys, that me and Amy were like in the beginning of our relationship. we were like getting to know each other, but also she's like, perfect. I have someone to talk to you about this whole entire shit going on inside my life. And what was my advice to you always? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Let's give it, because every week it would like change, or even daily it would change. And I was like, maybe we shouldn't say this. Maybe
Yeah.
we should say that. But she knew. She knew.
Yeah.
You knew that you were playing with her feelings, especially because when our other friend hung out with Amy and this girl, um, something happened on the dance floor. Oh,
Allegedly.
allegedly. We cannot confirm or deny because the story is very confusing. Obviously, we believe our friend. So, like, apparently kissed while Amy was throwing up in the bathroom.
That was
Allegedly.
going back to like not us wanting to throw up on the sidewalk. That was also the night I laid on the sidewalk for what, like a good 10-15 minutes.
Funny story. That would be not the last time that Amy lays down on a sidewalk. We were coming home from a really nice night out with the girlies. My husband was DD, and we were walking, and me and my husband were walking in front of Amy, right? And we were just walking. All of a sudden, this agitating nothing. And all of a sudden, I turned around and I'm like, where the fuck is Amy? I turned around, guys, Amy fell like backwards. Like she just kind of like
I didn't fall.
fell.
I laid down.
She just like bent. Okay, if you I mean, if you want to say you bent down, like I'm not gonna say anything. But she bends down and then she just like lays there, guys, and I'm like, ah! And I like look at my husband, I'm like, oh my god, Amy just like laid there on the floor. And he turns around and he's so fed up. And he's like, come on, Amy. And he picks her up. He picks her up, like grabs like her arm, puts one around me, one around him, and we just take her on. But that's what I'm saying, guys. Like you need a night like that. Throw yourself on the
Do you have
ground.
any other good stories about me?
Oh, of your 24th year?
Yeah.
Because why not? Let's talk about some good stories. That's a good story. Oh, it's to really show you guys how spontaneous Amy was. It was like the second week of us getting to know each other. I was at like my house. I was trying to catch up with Amy. I was like, what is this girl up to? Like, what's the girly pop doing? I call her, guys. She's literally noon to middle of the day with a Hawaiian leg around like her neck. She had like a ball cap on, and she was just like, hey. And I'm like, hey. I'm like, what are you up to? She's like, I'm just here with B, and we're just like at this pool party. Like, where were you guys? That's some pool party,
We
right?
were at a pool
Like,
party
did you
with
know these people?
we just met that day.
What do you mean you just met them that day?
Like
How?
that was the night that allegedly the night that I found out that they kissed. And so but that next day she invited me to go out to Ultimate Frisbee and play Ultimate
Okay.
Frisbee. And then all the people at Ultimate Frisbee, I guess, were having a Hawaiian pool party
Uh huh.
and invited us. And me and my friend at the time were like, why not?
Yeah, who cares? We got nothing else to do.
And then V was like, do you want to come? And I said, hell yeah, I do.
Yup.
And that's how I ended up there. We were there the whole day.
And that's just another crazy
And
story
then
of
Becky
Amy.
asked me to go out that
No,
same
and
night. And did I
thank
go
you.
out?
Thank you. I
Did I
was
go
like,
out?
yeah, girlie, she went out. She came out with her fucking titties out. I remember your shirt. I was like, is there a shirt to this? It's just titties. I was like, is there a shirt? But body positivity, we love Amy's boobies. So yes, she was like out there living like her best life. And long story short, guys, it was just a crazy night. It was a good night. We ended up going there, and then I don't remember where we went afterwards, but we definitely went maybe to Molly's again. No,
I don't remember where we went afterwards.
but we did go somewhere afterwards because the armory closed at like 12. So we went somewhere afterwards. We had a couple of drinks and we all went home. But it was a fun night. I mean, that's another reason why I really enjoyed that about Amy. And I hope you don't lose it.
I know, I'm gonna try to keep it.
But
That's
it's
my
so
advice to
hard
someone.
whenever you grow up. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But that's my advice to someone. Look back at your younger years before your frontal lobe developed and pick something that you want to take into. Even if you're 30 right now, look back and be like, who was I?
Yeah.
Before I was 25, who was I?
And maybe like even ask people like around you, like, hey, like what is something? Because to be honest with you, never ever ever should you have a friend where you're too afraid to be like, hey, how am I like what should I do, like how should I improve? Like you should never be afraid to talk to your friends about ways that you can be a better friend or just a better person. Like I think there are times where I'm like telling like Amy, like, do you understand like what I mean, like do you understand like how I feel, like is this, can you like can you like talk me out of it if this is like a dumb scenario, if I'm doing something like that doesn't really make vale la pena? And she does, and it doesn't hurt my feelings. It just makes me a better person.
I've had Becky be like, well, what do you need from me right now? Do you need me to be neutral or you need me to be on your side? And I was like, no, I need you to be neutral. And does she be neutral?
Me cuesta. Me cuesta.
She's neutral, but
My face expressions don't show neutral, unfortunately. But I do pretend to be neutral.
yeah, that's
I'm
why we
really
had it
good
over the
at
phone.
I'm really good at being fake, guys. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but it's really good. Like, especially if there's like something that happened.
It's not being fake. I think you're just so used to being professional that it's like an on and off.
Oh my god, thank you for saying that. I'm just professional.
Yeah.
I'm just a Capricorn. I'm a boss lady. When it's time to put on a face, I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, I think that's to finish up today's episode. It's a lot of stories, reminiscing the good times, reminiscing times where we kind of feel a little embarrassed. But with that being said, I'm so happy to celebrate your 25th
Thank
birthday
you
with
guys for celebrating with
you.
me. It's
This will
Aries
come out tomorrow.
season. This will come out tomorrow. This will
So
come out on
in
my
the group chat
birthday.
and the chat, right? Happy birthday, Amy.
Yes. Follow our socials on We're on TikTok.
Let us know if we should make an Instagram.
Yeah, we're
If
not
that's
sure
like a
about that.
way to like promote, if you guys think. I want to thank everyone so much por mirando la primer video. It was crazy to have people tell us that they seen it and they loved it and they want us to keep going.
Even our loved ones, like we appreciate you guys so much, like our friends and stuff, because we are both really afraid to start this. But to have so much support in just one episode is amazing. It's great. It makes us feel like we want to keep going. We want to keep doing this.
And it was really scary too because we will admit this right now. This is our third time filming this. With that being said, please send all your love, all your good vibes. Literally, gracias tanto para todo mundo, a mis latinos que se quedan fuerte. Also,
happy Aries season.
Happy
to
Aries season. You guys
girlies.
fucking scare me, but love you. Mwah. Quickly, next episode is gonna be a banger.
We have a guest,
and she is amazing. She's so kind, and I can't wait for you guys to see her and experience her story and our stories. When it comes
if you're
to
single, please watch the episode.
Yes, it's gonna be an episode for my single girlies, even though me and you aren't. But we're gonna be bringing some advice. There's might be some tears in the episode. It's gonna be really a great one. So I can't wait for you guys to watch it. I guess at the end, nos queremos mucho.
We love you guys,
and we'll see you next one. Bye.
Bye.
Do you like this?
Yeah. I was feeling way better about this episode yesterday than I am today. I'm very depressed today.
I know, this is really going against my will. This is going against my willpower. Okay, ready?
Me and Becky literally were just crashing out.
You know. When you turn 25, they say that your frontal lobe is fully developed. That's where like your memory, where your knowledge is, and like making good decisions come from. It comes from your frontal lobe. And I always like to say that since my frontal lobe is fully developed, I make really good decisions. And the reason why I brought that up and we're summing up what that actually means is that when it comes to our frontal lobe being like developed, it can bring kind of boring aspect of your life. I mean, the innocent childhood naive part of you is kind of dying off in a way, and you're starting over, you're a new person, you're making new decisions. And that's kind of like my favorite thing that I brought into my 26th year, is that I had that 1 year under my belt where I really felt like I made good decisions last year. Like honestly, like bringing it up, like I really felt like my 25th year, I made decisions that were great. Some of them were okay, but most of the part they were great. Like for example, and the thing that I'm going to ask Amy about is, when it comes to your 25th year, what do you want to bring into it that you
Well,
learned from 24? Or I don't know.
like, well, for